All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a limited amount of time in order to get through this reaction, and then I gotta go out and head to church. So, it's time for more One Punch Man, a chapter before my birthday. So let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and within 10 minutes, I intend to give you my reaction to the newest chapter of One Punch Man. Now, mind you, this chapter dropped while I was doing my Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways stream earlier, so I had to finish that first, then eat lunch, and then do this. So, let's go ahead and get to today's chapter, because last we left off, it continued the skirmish between Saitama and Tornado, and they kind of went through different areas of different cities, and, you know, running into different heroes, but they were pretty much put on the back burner as far as attention goes because they were just caught up in the crossfire of Saitama versus Tornado. So now we get to see what happens in Punch 179, Scalp Friction. And we got a cover page here, which has Speed of Sound Sonic on it. And then it cuts back to more buildings being completely destroyed as we see Amai Mask inside a room with his, like, director or manager or whatever, and he's seeing all this stuff happen, like numerous buildings getting destroyed as Saitama gets thrown through it, with him going, "What's going on?" And then it cuts to Saitama, still in his Crocs, and he's still fine with all of his clothes. He lands on a building, and he's staring at Tornado. "Hey, we're too far away, let's go back!" And then Tornado looks at him, and then she floats down right in front of Saitama and just goes, "Fine." And then Saitama's just looking down at her and she's looking up at him. And they're just standing there staring at each other. They're just standing here staring at each other. She's very short. It's just panels of them staring at each other. Why did the attitude change? Anyway, let's go. Huh? Which way's HQ? Which way's... Which way's HQ? This way? I thought it was Tornado, but she's just standing there as Saitama's trying to figure everything out. Why did the attitude change? Anyway, let's go. Huh? Which way's HQ? This way? And then Tornado just looks completely done. She grabs him by the back of the head, and she drags his face down a building, hits the ground, and then drags him across the street, breaking the pavement in the process, going, "Nope, not that way. I'll show you the way." And then Saitama just goes, "This can't be good for my scalp." And then she goes, "Shut up." And then she looks behind her, and she goes, "Someone's following us." Huh? "It must be a monster or hero to follow us. It must be a monster or hero to follow us at this speed." And the person following them is Speed of Sound Sonic. We haven't seen this dude in a minute. It's Speed of Sound Sonic who's catching up. "Who's that?" "So you're the one who was being dragged onto the ground. I don't know what's up, but I'm gonna kill you!" And he throws his homing exploding shuriken at both Tornado and Saitama. "There's no way to evade my high-speed shuriken." And then Tornado just, easily catches it. And she stops it and goes, "Butt out." And sends them all careening towards Sonic. And he narrowly dodges his own shuriken being thrown back at him. And then Tornado is flying away from Sonic, and she's forcing the shurikens to constantly try and hit Sonic, causing him to dodge in place as Tornado and Saitama speed off in another direction. That was a feeble attempt. And then it cuts to Sonic dodging, but it also cuts to a dog who's relieving himself on the pavement. And Sonic steps in it. "What? I'm slipping!" And as he's slipping on dog do, two shuriken go right in front of him, and it hits Sonic as he goes, "Saitama, you jerk!" And then it cuts to Saitama being dragged across the ground by Tornado, going, as they're closer and closer to HQ, he goes, "Oh, we're back." And then he just gets himself up he releases himself from the grip of Tornado, and he just rights himself, and he just stands there looking at Tornado. And then he goes, "Okay, you can go wild again."
Huh? I'm testing you, but you keep looking down on me. Should I get serious?
Go ahead. And then Tornado just kind of stares blankly at him. And then her hair starts to float up as it appears she wants to get serious. As she goes,
"What's that?"
And then it cuts back to the heroes. It cuts back to the heroes back inside the building and the Blizzard Bunch. Something's up with the Blizzard Bunch. Infighting, maybe? We still need to question them. Former Blizzard Bunch Needle Star. What should we do? Break up? I'm sick of this. I'm out! I joined because I heard teaming up made things easy, but it ain't paying off! I'm out too. I didn't sign up for run-ins with shadowy elements of the Association and Class S heroes. Agreed. Miss Blizzard kept us in the dark. I was prepared for anything, but she betrayed our loyalty.
Stop it, guys! Are you really leaving? Why are you blaming Miss Blizzard?
Let them go, says Eyelashes. This really isn't her fault. It's our fault for being weak and unreliable. And then the Blizzard Bunch is just silent. And then Eyelashes walks off.
Eyelashes? You're leaving too?
No, you idiot. I'm going after Miss Blizzard. Anyone who wants to get stronger should follow me. And then the ones who want to get stronger and want to stay with the Blizzard and want the Blizzard Bunch to stay, they all start following Eyelashes as he starts to climb a ladder through the holes made through the different floors of the Association by Saitama. People have just pretty much put ladders up so people can get out. See? We don't have the time to be bullying rookies. Then it cuts to Blizzard, who's above ground now, as she sees this gigantic maelstrom of tornadoes, lightning coming down, and tons of rock just being pulled up from the ground directly in front of her. This must be what Saitama meant. This must be what Tornado responded with when Saitama says, "Go completely wild."
Stop! That's too much, sis!
Goes Blizzard. And then something flies past Blizzard, and it's Saitama and Tornado. And then it cuts to King, who's in his own place where he goes, "Yikes, I shouldn't have come to hang out. The elevator stopped, so I can't leave. And Saitama's not even home. He's always gone at times like this." Then it cuts to Saitama, who gets launched into the apartment building where King is. And he just lands right next to King. Oh, hi, King. Saitama! You wanted to play video games? Sorry, maybe later. What are you doing? I'm fighting that shrimp tornado. He just says, I'm fighting that shrimp tornado. Ah, tornado?
I heard that!
And then Tornado just goes... full force towards Saitama, and he dodges, and as she lands, her dress flies up. Okay, so remember way back when I said I kind of didn't want to ask the question, but I could never get a definitive answer because it was kind of weird for me to ask. And the question was, the way that Tornado is always drawn, it makes it seem like she's not wearing anything underneath. But the next panel shows her landing onto the building and her dress fluttering up, and you can see her underwear. Now, mind you, she's drawn in a very simplistic-like style, but it's shown nonetheless. So that kind of answers a long, lingering question that I've had. And she lands right next to King, looking ever so mad. And then she flies off in order to, continue fighting with Saitama. And then it cuts to King, whose King engine is rumbling as he just thinks, I saw her undies. And that's the end of chapter 179 of One Punch Man. Wow! Saitama's 5'9" and Tornado's 5 feet. Yeah. All right, it is 5:30. Let me just say my piece so that way I can go ahead and finish getting ready so I can go ahead and go. Good to see you, Ozzy. Good to see you, Ogata-san. Good to see you, Psycho. This is going to be short because I really got to get going. The fact that Saitama is dealing with the world's strongest Esper right now, and he, even after, Saitama is beyond overpowered. If you look at the word overpowered, you would find Saitama beyond that. Because everything that Tornado has been trying to do against Saitama has failed. To the point where she even is able to use all of her power and it doesn't do anything to Saitama. At all. She literally dragged his face down a building. Threw him through multiple buildings. Dragged his face down the side of a building and then across the pavement for miles and miles. And if you watch that one scene from The Boys where, what's his name? A-Train drags that one other hero or super across the ground, you see what happens when you're dragged across the ground at high speeds. Saitama got dragged from the city they were in all the way to the outskirts, all the way to the outskirts of the Hero Association, like Hero HQ, and he just gets up without even drag marks or anything on his face. So everything that Tornado has been doing towards Saitama has completely backfired and failed. And he basically just told her, go wild, go all out, get serious. Because, I mean, like I said before, unless even someone as powerful as Cosmic Fear Garo, that's the strongest foe that Saitama's ever faced. If Tornado cannot match up to that level of power, then she's not going to do anything to Saitama. Mind you, Cosmic Fear Garo didn't even do anything to Saitama, and Saitama was still fighting him one-handed. So, she's venting right now. Then you got the Blizzard Bunch wondering about what's going on. Some people want to quit because they didn't want to deal with all this extra mess. Like, what did you expect getting into a group made by a superhero? Did you think it was just going to be easy living? You're an idiot if you think that it was just going to be you doing some menial stuff working for a superhero. It never crossed some of their minds that they were going to have to face off against some superpowered individual working with a superhero. It never occurred to them. But Eyelashes, along with some of the more loyal members of the Blizzard Bunch, are going topside in order to join Blizzard because they know it's not her fault that she wants to break up. Nor do they accept it. Other people want to leave, but the main branch of the Blizzard Bunch is all like, we got your back, Blizzard, so I'm going up there. If you want to get stronger, then follow me. So Eyelashes and the big guy and the girl with a blue streak through her hair, they're the real ones. Tatsumaki, acknowledge me. Saitama, what do you think you are, little girl? Roman Reigns? This was a fairly humorous chapter. And it also answered my question that I had about Tornado for so many years, but I just didn't know how to vocally say it without sounding weird, especially on the internet. But pretty good chapter, and a nice chapter to have before my birthday tomorrow. So that's all I got. It is 13. This is going to be possibly my shortest One Punch Man reaction because I really got to get going. But to everyone here, I just want to say thank you for everything. Not just coming by and seeing me do One Punch Man and my reactions, but I just want to say thank you for everything you have done for me. I know I do a lot. I know I do a lot on this channel for all of you, but you guys have no idea how much you do for me just by showing up and liking what I do, because that does help with the whole YouTube algorithm and the way it does and the way it goes sometimes. Those likes really do help. But I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me as a content creator and a YouTuber and everything in between. I just want to say how grateful I am to every single one of you. I'll save a lot more of what I want to say once this channel hits 4,000, because I intend to do a full big thank you and stream concerning that. But I just want to say to everyone here, especially those of you who are here consistently, well, actually, not just, I don't want to single anyone out. I just want to acknowledge everybody. Whether you're only here for certain things or if you're here for everything, I just want to say thank you for everything that you have done for me and this channel and this entire job of mine. I just want to say it is an honor and a privilege to do what I do for people who enjoy what I do, because that's one of the reasons why I wake up in the morning. But that's all I got. And 15 minutes, I'd say that's good. So overall, I enjoyed this chapter. I enjoyed reading it for all of you, and I enjoyed you. So to everyone here, under the sound of my voice, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later peoples, you're almost there. 4K is right around the corner. You ain't kidding. We are 10 people away. But I'll save my speeches for when we actually hit that number. Later peoples.